हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल मिडा एजुकेशन पॉइंट। आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं ट्रिग्नोमेट्री, एप्लीकेशन ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री। मैंने लास्ट वीडियो में जो एप्लीकेशन ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री की इंट्रोडक्शन की वीडियो थी, जिसमें मैंने काफी सारी एप्लीकेशंस जो ट्रिग्नोमेट्री की हेल्प के साथ सॉल्व हो सकती हैं उनके बारे में बताया कि कहाँ कहाँ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री अप्लाई हो सकती है। इस वीडियो में मैं 10th क्लास का जो चैप्टर नंबर 9 है उसके जो एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चंस हैं, जहाँ मतलब बहुत वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं जो एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे। आज मैं इस वीडियो में एनसीईआरटी के क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे, उसके बाद हम एक्स्ट्रा पे आएंगे। राइट, लेट अस स्टार्ट। Now, this is our first question. In this question, we discuss a circus artist is climbing at 20-meter long rope, which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of the vertical pole to the ground. Find the height of the pole if the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degree. This is very easy. Firstly, we draw a picture of that statement. We have a circus artist is climbing at 20-meter long rope. We know this is a rope which is 20-meter long. This is 20 meter, right? And which is tightly stretched. It means there is no slack. मतलब कोई भी ढीलापन नहीं इसमें होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल टाइटली स्ट्रेच होनी चाहिए। एंड टाइड फ्रॉम द टॉप ऑफ द वर्टिकल पोल, देयर इज ए पोल and this rope is tightly bent to that point and there is no slack in this rope. Now find the height of the pole. हमने इस पोल की हाइट फाइंड आउट करनी है। It means there is an angle of this rope with the ground. This is 30 degree. Now here we find height of this pole. Firstly, we observe that this is a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, suppose this is A, B and C. This is a pole and this is a rope which is 20 meter, which is tightly bound to point top of that pole and this point which is on ground. Now here we find the height of this pole. Here we already discussed in the previous video, that is we know Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bole. This is a tricky formula to mind the T ratios, that is this is P upon H, this is sine theta, and this B upon H, this is cos theta, and this P upon B, this is tan theta. Now here we have, this is hypotenuse, this is a acute angle, and we know opposite to that acute angle this is perpendicular, and here we find perpendicular and we have this 20 is hypotenuse. Now there is a relation between P and H, right? So P and H, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, is what? This is sine theta. Now here we apply sine theta. Now start the solution of that question. Here we have in triangle ABC, we have here we apply sine theta, that is sine theta. We know sine theta is P upon H, and here in this triangle, what is P? Perpendicular is this BC and hypotenuse is this AC. Now here angle is theta is 30 degree and BC is height of pole and AC is 20. Now we know that sine 30 from the table we get sine 30 is 1 upon 2 is equal to H upon 20. Now cross multiply, we get 1 upon 2 into 20 is equal to H. Now after calculation we get this is 10 meter is equal to height. This is height of pole, which is 10 meter. This is very easy and very interesting, right? Now next question, this is our second question. In this question we have a tree. We have a tree and here we have a tree breaks due to storm. Storm के बाद ये ट्री यहाँ से कट होकर, यहाँ से टूटकर नीचे ऐसे बेंड हो जाती है। क्या बोल रहा है, देखिए, a tree break due to storm and broken part bend so that the top of this tree, that is ये पार्ट क्या हो गया, ब्रोक हो गया यहाँ से, और ब्रोक होकर ये इसका टॉप, ये वाला टॉप ऐसे बेंड होकर यहाँ पर इस पॉइंट से 8 मीटर दूर यहां पर ऐसे स्ट्राइक कर गया एट एन एंगल 30 डिग्री, एट एन एंगल 30 डिग्री। समझ आया? नाउ again we see that this is a right angle triangle. Here we have, this is a base which is 8 meter. Here we find the height of this tree, right? And here is a triangle तो देखिए यहाँ पे है, right? इस हाइट को अगर फाइंड करना है, ये हाइट टू पार्ट्स में बट गई, देखिए कैसे, एक ये पार्ट आ गया और ये पार्ट बेंड होकर यहाँ आ गया। इट मींस अगर हम इसको और इसको दोनों को फाइंड करेंगे, उसके बाद इनको प्लस करेंगे तो ये टोटल हाइट ऑफ ट्री फाइंड हो जाएगी, राइट? तो ये टोटल हाइट फाइंड करने के लिए हमें ये साइड मींस परपेंडिकुलर एंड दिस हाइपोटेन्यूज दोनों निकालने पड़ेंगे और फिर उन दोनों को क्या करना पड़ेगा, प्लस करना पड़ेगा, राइट? नाउ firstly in triangle APB, in this triangle here we know this is base and this is P. So what is the relation between P and B? This is tan theta. Now here we apply a tan theta which is P upon B. Now P perpendicular, this is AB, and base, this is AP. Now tan theta, theta is 30 degree, and AB, here we find AB, that is AB, and AP is 8. Now we know tan 30 is 1 upon root 3. Now after cross multiplying we get this is 8. So AB is equal to 8 upon root 3 meter. In same way we find hypotenuse, that is here we know this is a base and this is h hypotenuse. So what is the relation between B and h? We know that cos theta is equal to B upon h. Now here the angle is cos theta, theta is 30 degree, base is 8, and here we find hypotenuse, that is BP. Cos 30, we know that cos 30 is root 3 upon 2, and this is 8, and this is BP. Now after cross multiplying we get BP is side 2, and this root 3 is in the denominator. Now we get 8 into 2, 16 upon root 3 meter, right? This is AB and this is BP, and we know that height of tree is height of tree. What is height of tree? Height of tree is this AC, and we know AC is converted into two parts, that is AB plus this BC, and we know AB as it is, and this BC is equal to BP because the broken part is strike on that ground, so that is BC is equal to BP. Now what is AB? AB is 8 by root 3, and BP, this is 16 by root 3. Now we take LCM, this is root 3, this is 24. Now after rationalizing this we get root 3 upon root 3, this is 24 root 3, root 3 into root 3, this is 3. Now after cancellation we get 8 root 3 meter. This is total height of tree. अगेन देखिए कैसे किया। सबसे पहले एक पिक्चर है, दिस इज अ ट्री। नाउ आफ्टर स्टॉर्म दिस ट्री इज ब्रोकन इनटू टू पार्ट, दिस इज अ स्टैंडिंग पार्ट एंड दिस पार्ट इज strike on the ground after broken, and then that part is strike at an angle 30 degree on that point P. So this is this distance we have given, this distance is 8 meter. Here we find the height of tree, for which this height is converted into two parts. This is perpendicular and this part is like on this side, this is hypotenuse. Now here we find perpendicular and hypotenuse, right? In first, this is, here we find perpendicular. Now we have given base, so what is the relation between P and B? This is tan theta. Here we apply tan theta. Now after calculating we get AB is equal to 8 upon root 3. Now and here we have base 8. Now we find hypotenuse. Now relation between base and hypotenuse is cos theta. So cos theta is equal to B upon H. Theta is 30 degree, B is 8, H is H. What is H? H is here we find H. This is BP. Now after cross multiplying we get BP is equal to root 16 upon root 3. Now we find height of tree, and in this way we find the height of tree. Now add these two lengths, then after calculating we get height of tree is 8 root 3 meter. Right? Now next question. This is third question. In this question there are two type of slides. So there are two slides for two type of children. For the small children, uh, there is a slide. Uh, this is refer to slide whose top is at height of 1.5. मीन्स जो small children हैं उनके लिए जो height है this is 1.5 meter, right? And angle of slide this is 30 degree. Now here we find the length of this slide, that is suppose this is A, B and C. Now here we find this length of that slide, this is hypotenuse, angle opposite side, this is perpendicular and this is base. Now here we make a relation between P and H. Now we know that sine theta is equal to P upon H. Here theta is 30 degree, perpendicular is 1.5. Here we find hypotenuse, that is AC, right? Now sine 30 is 1 upon 2. Now after cross multiplying we get this is AC. After cross multiplying we get 2 multiplied by this 1.5. Now we get this is 3 meters. So AC, this length of this slide is 3 meters. In the same way we have another slider. This is for the bigger children, the new triangle. This is here the angle is 60 degree and this height is 3 meter. Now here we also find the length of this slide. So suppose this is P, Q, R. Now here we again find hypotenuse and we have again perpendicular. So there is the same, that is sine theta. This is P upon H. Now angle this is 60, P is 3. Here we find hypotenuse, this is PR. We know sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and this is 3 upon PR. Now after cross multiplying we get PR 3, 2 into and then root 3. Now PR is equal to 6 upon root 3, right? Right? Now after multiplying, after rationalization, we get this is 6 root 3 and this is root 3 into root 3, this is 3. Now after cancellation we get 2 root 3 meter, right? So length of slide in this case is 2 root 3 meter, right? Now next question. In this question we have, this is the fourth question, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meter away from the foot of the tower is 30 degree. That is, this is a tower, and angle of elevation from a point which is 30 meter away from the foot of the tower. The angle of elevation is, this is 30 degree. Now here we find the height of this tower. So suppose this is A, B, C. Here we also find a perpendicular. We have a base AB that is 30 meter. Here we find height of tower, that is, so we find perpendicular. Now in triangle ABC we have, this is P and this is B. Now relation between P and B, that is tan theta is equal to P upon B. Now tan theta, theta is 30 degree, perpendicular is BC, which is we find, and this is 30. Now tan 30, what is tan 30? This is 1 by root 3 and this is BC upon 30. Now after cross multiplying we get this is 30 upon root 3 and this is equal to BC. Now BC is equal to 30 upon root 3. Now after rationalizing we get root 3 upon root 3. This is 30 root 3 this is root 3 into root 3, this is 3. After cancellation we get 10 root 3 meter. So what is, we find the height of tower is 10 root 3 meter. Now this is very easy. Now next question, our next question, question number 5. A kite is flying at a height of 60 meter above the ground. So this is a kite, which is flying 60 meter above the ground. This is the kite, height of kite, right? And which is tightly stretched, attached to a kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. The inclination of the string which is to the ground is 60 degree. So this is a string which is tightly bound to the ground with an angle 60 degree. Now find the length of the string. Here we assume that there is a no slack in this string, so here we find the length of this string, that is, here we find the hypotenuse. Suppose this is A, B, C. Now again we have this is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. Here we find hypotenuse and we have given perpendicular. Now what is the relation between P and H? We know sin theta is equal to P upon H. So here we apply sin theta. Now here the angle is 60 degree, perpendicular is 60 meter, hypotenuse is, this is AC. What is sin 60? This is root 3 by 2 and this is 60 upon AC. Now after cross multiplying we get this is 60, 2 multiplying with this, and root 3 is in denominator. Now we get this is 120 upon root 3. Now after rationalizing we get this is root 3 upon root 3. Now this is 20 root 3 into root 3, this is 3. Now after cancellation we get 40 root 3 meter, and so the length of this string is 40 root 3, right? This is again very easy question. Now next question, our next question, this is very important. This is a 1.5 meter tall boy. This is 1.5 meter tall boy, 1.5 meter tall boy, and standing at some distance from 30-meter tall building. This is 30-meter tall building, and there is some distance between these two, right? Suppose this distance, suppose this is A, this is B, and now when he moved toward the building, firstly its angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of the building, this is 30. Firstly we already discussed in the previous class, there is a eyesight. This is a line for eyesight. Now the angle of elevation, if we see straight, this is our eyesight. If we see the object on the top of any building, then we elevate our eyes, we elevate our head. So there is the angle of elevation, मतलब यहाँ से एंगल बनेगा ऊपर, right? यहाँ से नहीं, यहाँ से एंगल बनेगा ऊपर, right? So here the angle of elevation is 30 degree. Now after walk towards the building, after some time he moved towards the building. After some time its angle of elevation to the top of the building is changes from 30 to 60 degree, right? This is a picture of that problem. Here we find the distance he walked toward the building. हमने find करना भी यहाँ से यहाँ तक कितना distance है, मतलब यहाँ से move करके वो यहाँ तक पहुंचा. पहले यहाँ पे 30 डिग्री का एंगल था और यहाँ पे कितना एंगल हो गया 60. नाउ हियर वी फाइंड दिस डिस्टेंस. नाउ सपोज दिस इज ए बी सी डी एंड दिस इज ई, राइट? सपोज दिस इज आल्सो एफ, राइट? दिस इज आवर रिक्वायर्ड पिक्चर. नाउ फर्स्टली हमने ये समझना है भी अगर हम क्वेश्चन को स्टार्ट कहाँ से करें. स्टूडेंट्स फर्स्टली तो हमारे पास इंपॉर्टेंट सबसे चीज क्या है, हमें डायग्राम बनानी आनी चाहिए, राइट? स्टेटमेंट को अंडरस्टैंड करें, अगेन अगेन रिपीट करके इसको मतलब प्रॉपर वे से स्टडी करें, देन डायग्राम अपने आप ड्रॉ होगी, राइट। प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी आपको, इससे जैसे और भी काफी क्वेश्चंस हम डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है। सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है हमारे पास, डायग्राम। डायग्राम अगर सही बन गई तो हमें समझना चाहिए इसमें फाइंड क्या करना है। देखिए यहाँ पे हमने ये वाला डिस्टेंस यहां से यहां तक कितना मूव हुआ, ये वाला डिस्टेंस हमने फाइंड करना है, राइट। So here we find this distance. Now we have two triangles. In this picture we have two triangles. First triangle is this. This is DFC. Now consider first triangle. It is in triangle DFC. Here, here we have given this is 1.5. This is also 1.5 because this is a rectangle, so opposite sides of rectangle are same. So this is, if this is 1.5, this is again 1.5, and this total height is 30. If this is 30, this is 1.5, then that height is equal to 28.5, right? 28.5 meter. Now in this triangle we have, here we have this is 28.5, and here we find this side FC. So this is P, this is B. Now here is applied tan theta. This is DC upon FC. Tan, here the angle is, this is 60, and DC is 28.5, and BFC, here we find FC. What is tan 60? We know tan 60 is root 3, and this is 28.5 upon FC. Now after cross multiplying we get BC is equal to 28.5 upon root 3 meter. Sorry, FC. Right. Now जितनी भी मतलब यहाँ पे ट्राइंगल हैं उनको कंसिडर करें। देखिए ट्राइंगल चूज कैसे करनी है हमने, ये एंगल है तो ये वाली ट्राइंगल है, राइट। अगर यहाँ पे एंगल है तो ये पूरी ट्राइंगल है स्ट्रेट लाइन तक, ये परपेंडिकुलर तक, राइट। ऐसे मतलब कोई भी राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल हम कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, राइट। नाउ इन दिस ट्राइंगल, दैट इज इन ट्राइंगल EDC, EDC इस ट्राइंगल में यहाँ पर क्या है, देखिए अगेन वी हैव this perpendicular, again here we have find this base EC. Now tan theta is equal to P upon B, and here the P is DC, and base is EC, right. Tan theta is 30 degree, and DC is 28.5, and EC, what is EC? Here we find EC, right. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3, and this is 28.5 upon EC. Now after cross multiplying we get EC is equal to 28.5 root 3 meter, right. Now here we find this distance, that is EF. Here we find EF. So EF, अगर हम EC में से FC माइनस कर दें then we find EF. अगर हम EC में से FC माइनस कर दें तो क्या फाइंड हो जाएगा हमारे पास, EF. So EF is equal to EC minus EC minus FC, and we have EC is 28.5 root 3 and FC is, now firstly यहाँ पे हम इसको रैशनलाइज करके लिख ली 28.5. Now after rationalizing we get रूट 3 के साथ मतलब ऊपर नीचे मल्टीप्लाइंग डिवाइड कर देंगे तो क्या आया हमारे पास, देखिए 28.5 root 3 into root 3 3, this is root 3. After cancellation we get this is 9.5 root 3, this is 28.5 upon 3, we get 9.5 root 3. तो FC कितना आ गया हमारे पास, 9.5 root 3. यहां से हम 28.5 माइनस 9.5 रूट 3 को अगर बाहर निकाल दें तो क्या है हमारे पास, देखिए 28.5 में से ये बाहर निकाले तो 19.3 मीटर हमारी ये EF आ गया जो हमने फाइंड करना था। मतलब यहां से यहां तक कितना मूव किया वो कितना आ गया हमारे पास, 19 रूट 3 मीटर, राइट। दिस इज 6th क्वेश्चन. Now this is our 7th question. This is also very important. Now from a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the bottom and the top of the transmission tower fixed at a top of 20-meter high building. That is, this is 20-meter high building. This is 20-meter high building, and this is the tower which is fixed at the top of this building, right? This is the transmission tower. Now there is a point which is high building from a point on the ground. There is a point on the ground from which the angle of elevation of top of this building is 45, and angle of elevation from the same point to the top of this transmission tower, this is 60, right? 60 degree. Now find the height of this tower. हमने क्या फाइंड करना है यहाँ पे? हमने इस टावर की जो 20 मीटर हाई बिल्डिंग के ऊपर लगा हुआ है, ये टावर की हमने हाइट फाइंड करनी है, राइट? Suppose this is height. Here we find this height. Now suppose this is A, B, C, D. Right? Suppose this is base. We also there is a no base. So suppose this AB is X. For simplification, now start. Again, here we consider that type of triangle in which we have a acute angle is given. That is, this is the acute angle, that is 45. So firstly, suppose this triangle, right? So this is a in triangle ABC. This is acute angle triangle. Here we have again apply, this is P and this is B. So here we apply again P upon B, that is tan theta. This is P upon B. Here the tan theta is 45 and P perpendicular is 20, base is X, tan 45 is 1. Now after cross multiplying we get this is X 20 meter. So X कितना आ गया हमारे पास? 20. Now in triangle, this is a acute angle triangle. Sorry, this is the acute angle. Now here the angle is 60. So here we consider triangle. This is in triangle ABD. ABD. हम A वाली triangle consider कर लेंगे यहाँ पे, right? So tan theta again. Here we have, this is perpendicular, that is BD, and this is base AB. Here we angle is 60 degree. Now BD, what is BD? BD is 20 plus H. This is 20 plus H, and AB is X, right? Now tan 60, we know that tan 60 is root 3. This is 20 plus H. Now X, what is X? X is 20. Now after cross multiplying we get 20 root 3 is equal to 20 plus H. Now 20 root 3, 20 यहाँ पे प्लस का है, इधर जाकर क्या हो जाएगा? माइनस. नाउ हियर वी फाइंड हाइट. 20 यहाँ में से कॉमन निकालो आप, क्या रह गया? रूट 3 minus 1 meter. So height of this tower is 20 bracket root 3 minus 1. So this is very important and very interesting, right? Now next question. Now our next question is, there is a statue which is 1.6 meter. This is stand on a pedestal. Okay, a statue 1.6 meters stand on the top of the pedestal on the ground. This is the ground, right? The angle of elevation of the top of the statue is 60 degree, and from the same point the angle of elevation of the top of pedestal is 60. So there is a point on the ground P. यहाँ से angle of inclination of top of a statue is 60, and यहाँ same point से ही जो pedestal है उसका जो angle है वो क्या है? 45 degree, right? Now here we find the height of this pedestal. Again we suppose this is H. Height, along height अगर कुछ भी हमने मिसिंग है, कुछ भी हमने फाइंड करना है तो उसको H सपोज कर लीजिए. अगर along base, along ground कुछ भी फाइंड करना है उसको X सपोज कर लीजिए आप, right? Now again consider this is A, B, C, D. Now same way we already discussed in previous questions. कौन सी ट्रायंगल यहाँ पे लेनी चाहिए हमें? देखिए यहाँ पे एंगल है तो ये वाली ट्रायंगल कंसिडर कीजिए आप. दैट इज हम फर्स्ट ट्रायंगल कौन सी कंसिडर करेंगे? इन ट्रायंगल ABC, right? This is here the angle is, this is perpendicular, this is base. So there is a, what is the relation here we use? This is tan theta, that is P upon B. Now P is H and base is X, theta is 45, right? So H upon X, tan 45 we know that 1, this is H upon X. Now after cross multiplying we get H is equal to X. Now this is our first equation. Now the next triangle is, here the angle is 60 degree. So our next triangle is ABD, right? This is a right angle triangle. In triangle ABD, here the angle is 60 degree and perpendicular is, this is BD and base is AB. Tan 60 we have root 3 and BD is 1.6 plus H. This is BD 1.6 plus H and base is X. Now after cross multiplying we get, this is X 1.6 plus H. This is equation number 2. Now here we only find H, so use first equation in second question. That is, the value of X is H, so put the value of X H here, that is, this is H 1.6 plus H. Now after calculation we get, now here H is common, so H is 1.6 upon root 3 minus 1. This is our required height. आगे भी हम इसको रैशनलाइज करके सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. These are 8 questions of NCERT from exercise 9.1. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन भी मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस करूंगा, बिकॉज दिस वीडियो इज वेरी लेंथी. ये वीडियो बहुत लेंथी हो चुकी है, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे, और जो भी आपकी क्वेरी हो आप कमेंट करके मुझे बता सकते हैं भी, ऐसे मतलब कुछ भी इसमें से आपको नहीं समझ आ रहा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस नेक्स्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, थैंक यू.